Hey guys, it's officially spooky season, and you know what that means. It's time to break out the Halloween decorations, stock up on candy, and most importantly, indulge in some seriously delicious fall drinks. And by delicious, I mean like insanely good. Like the kind of drinks that make you want to curl up in a cozy sweater and watch Hocus Pocus on repeat. So, if you're as obsessed with fall flavors as I am, then get ready because I'm sharing 5 Halloween-inspired coffee recipes that will totally rock your world. Let's get this spooky season started. Okay, let's be real. We have to start with the OG fall drink, the pumpkin spice latte. It's like the pumpkin spice latte is the queen bee of fall drinks, you know? It's iconic, and for good reason. That warm, comforting blend of pumpkin, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice is like a warm hug in a mug. Whether you're a diehard PSL fan or just looking for a cozy treat, this recipe is like the holy grail of pumpkin spice lattes. So grab your favorite mug, your coziest sweater, and let's get this pumpkin spice party started. Amayo sohai. So, first things first, let's talk pumpkin puree. You can totally use canned pumpkin puree, which is super easy, or you can roast your own pumpkin for like an extra level of gourmet. Once you've got your pumpkin puree, it's time to break out the spices. I'm talking cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, all the good stuff that makes fall smell so amazing. And of course, no pumpkin spice latte is complete without a generous swirl of whipped cream and a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. Seriously, guys, this recipe is so good. It's scary. Alright, so if you're looking for something a little darker, a little more mysterious, then you have to try this witch's brew mocha. It's like the perfect drink for a Halloween party or a spooky night in. This drink is all about that rich, decadent chocolate flavor, but with a hint of mint that's like surprisingly refreshing. It's like a potion that's both delicious and a little bit dangerous, you know? In the best way possible, of course. So grab your your coffee maker, and let's whip up this magical brew. To make this potion, you'll need some strong coffee cocoa powder and a touch of mint extract. Now here's where the magic happens. To get that extra spooky vibe, we're going to add a pinch of black food coloring. Don't worry, it won't affect the taste, but it'll give your mocha that eerie, witchy look. And for the finishing touch, you can top it with some whipped cream chocolate shavings and maybe even a gummy worm for a creepy, crawly surprise. This witch's brew mocha is seriously so good, it's almost scary. Okay, so we've done pumpkin spice. Like, obviously, it's the quintessential fall flavor, the one that kicks off the season with a bang. But we didn't stop there. We've done a witchy mocha situation, which was super fun. Imagine sipping on a dark, rich mocha with a hint of magic. It was like a spell in a cup. But now we're getting into the really good stuff, the sweet stuff, the delicious stuff. We're talking about a drink that takes indulgence to the next level. We're talking about a drink that's basically Halloween in a cup, but like make it fashion. It's not just about the taste, it's about the whole experience. This, my friends, is the ghostly white chocolate frappuccino. It's the kind of drink that makes you feel like you're part of a stylish Halloween party, even if you're just at home. And just a heads up, you might want to grab a straw spoon because this baby is creamy, dreamy, and totally extra. It's like a dessert and a drink all in one. Think of it like a haunted house that you can drink. It's got all the thrills and chills, but in a deliciously sippable form. It's got that white chocolate sweetness that's just, like, so classic. But then we're adding a spooky twist. It's the perfect blend of familiar and unexpected. We're talking about a little bit of vanilla, maybe a hint of almond, to give it that extra layer of flavor. It's like a symphony of tastes in every sip. And then, for the grand finale, some spooky sprinkles. These aren't just any sprinkles. They're the kind that make you feel like you're celebrating Halloween with every bite. Because, like, what's a ghostly drink without sprinkles? They add that final touch of magic and fun. So yeah, if you're looking for a drink that's going to make you say, yes, queen and boo at the same time, this is it. This is the one. It's the perfect way to celebrate the spooky season in style. The ghostly white chocolate frappuccino. It's not just a drink, it's a vibe. It's the ultimate Halloween treat, a scream you can sip, and a celebration in a cup. All right, so how do we make this ghostly concoction? It's easier than you might think, and it's going to be a hit at any Halloween gathering. First things first, you're going to need a good blender. This is crucial because a weak blender just won't cut it. And when I say good, I mean like one that can handle ice and stuff. You want it to be powerful enough to crush ice into a fine texture. You don't want to be like halfway through blending and your blender just gives up on you. That's tragic. Next, grab your ingredients. Make sure you have everything ready before you start. We're talking milk, any kind you want, whether it's dairy or non-dairy. Almond, oat, whatever. Pick your favorite or whatever you have on hand. Ice, white chocolate, sauce, a splash of vanilla, and don't forget the ice. It's what gives the drink that frosty texture and a pinch of spooky vibes. Decorate your kitchen a bit to get into the spirit. Just kidding, you don't need to measure that last part. But seriously, have fun with it. Unless you want to like measure out the sprinkles, that's totally your call. Sprinkles add that extra festive touch. So you've got everything in the blender, right? Cool. Double check to make sure you didn't forget anything. Now secure the lid, because things are about to get loud. You don't want any messes. Blend it all up until it's super smooth and creamy. This might take a minute or two, so be patient. You want it to be thick enough to hold its own, you know. The consistency is key here. Like none of that watery nonsense. A watery drink just won't have the same effect. Now pour that frosty goodness into your cutest glass. Presentation matters, especially for a themed drink. And for the finishing touch, whipped cream, duh. It adds that perfect creamy top layer. And maybe a little white chocolate drizzle. It's all about those extra details. Oh, and don't forget the spooky sprinkles. They make the drink look festive and fun. There you have it. the ghostly white chocolate frappuccino. You're welcome. Enjoy your spooky creation and impress your friends. Okay, so we've done some pretty basic, like fall-themed drinks so far. Don't get me wrong, I love me some pumpkin spice. But like, we're talking Halloween here, people. Time to step it up a notch. This next drink is for when you're feeling a little dramatic, a little extra. You know, like when you want to channel your inner vampire queen. It's called the Vampire's Blood Red Velvet Latte. And let me tell you, it's as extra as it sounds. Deep red color, velvety smooth. It's basically like drinking a red velvet cupcake, but like better. So, how do you make this spooky concoction? Don't worry, it's not as complicated as summoning a vampire or anything. It's actually pretty easy. You start with a shot or two, no judgment, of espresso. Gotta get that caffeine fix, am I right? Then you add in some red velvet powder. You can usually find this in the baking aisle. Next, you're going to want to add your milk of choice. I usually go for oat milk because it's creamy and delicious, but you do you. And finally, the pièce de résistance, a swirl of whipped cream and a sprinkle of red sanding sugar for that extra touch of spooky glam. Okay, we've had our fun with the spooky vibes, but for the last drink, I wanted to do something a little more classic, a little more autumnal. Is that the right word? Anyway, this drink is inspired by one of my all-time favorite fall treats, caramel apples. Seriously, I could eat my weight in those things. Remember going to the orchard and picking out the perfect apple to dip in caramel? Yeah, those were the days. This drink, the haunted caramel apple macchiato, captures all those flavors in one delicious sip. It's sweet, it's tart, it's warm, it's comforting. It's basically fall in a glass. To make this masterpiece, you're going to want to start by making a simple caramel sauce. It's the foundation of our drink and adds that rich, buttery sweetness that makes every sip a delight. You can totally use store-bought, but honestly, making it from scratch is so much better, and it's really not that hard. Plus, the aroma of homemade caramel filling your kitchen is simply irresistible. While the caramel is cooling, brew yourself a shot of espresso. The bold, robust flavor of the espresso will perfectly balance the sweetness of the caramel. Then grab your favorite glass and drizzle some of that glorious caramel sauce along the sides. This not only looks beautiful, but ensures you get a taste of caramel in every sip. Next, add a splash of apple cider. Make sure it's nice and chilled for that perfect contrast. The crispness of the cider adds a refreshing twist to our drink. Then pour in your espresso and top it off with your choice milk. Whether you prefer dairy or a plant-based alternative, the creaminess will bring all the flavors together. And finally, for the grand finale, a generous dollop of whipped cream and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This adds a touch of decadence and a hint of spice, making every sip a cozy, comforting experience. enjoy your layered masterpiece. And there you have it. 5 spooky and delicious coffee drinks to get you in the Halloween spirit. I had so much fun showing you guys how to make these, and I seriously hope you try them out. If you do, be sure to tag me on Instagram, Emma Chamberlain, because, I need to see your creations. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more chaotic coffee content, and let me know in the comments what other spooky treats you want to see me make next. Happy Halloween.